Everybody's looking for something.
Okay, let's get it together. We are addicted to escape rooms. So we thought we would share the addiction with the rest of the group.
Yeah, don't mind the two knuckleheads in the back. I can see them at the corner of my eye. So this should be an adventure.
Yeah, if we don't get out this time, we're blaming it on them because So 3 of us have done rooms before. Christina is the other one that has done an escape room. The rest are all rookies, so we'll have to guide them along the way.
Yeah, and we like to win.
Now, if you've been watching us for any length of time, you'll know I'm always talking about community and finding your community and going to rallies and meeting people. Well, I'm going to show you my new favorite rally. So we are in London, Kentucky at a state park. It's Levi Jackson State Park. And you can see our rig is right here. But as I walk down the street, right next to us, you will see another familiar rig. This is Al and Angie's rig. And then down here, you'll see another rig that might be familiar. You may have seen it in our videos before. This is Chris and Donna's rig, but wait, that's not all. There's one more rig that you might have spotted in our videos in Arizona, and that one's here. This is the Anthem, and that belongs to our Epic Field Trip. So they've actually been in a few of our videos too. So we are here, we gathered together. The last time we were all together, we were in Arizona. So we've met up off and on with 1 or 2 of them here and there along the way. But this is the first time all of us have been together again. So when you're on the road, you do not have to be lonely. If you want to be out in the middle of nowhere all by yourself, you can do that. Hey. You can also meet up with your people. Hey, we're the people.
The day is ours someday.
That's right.
Exactly right.
They're sporting the t-shirts. They were our, what did you say you were?
Entourage.
Oh yes, our entourage today.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive.
So we've been hanging out in London, Kentucky at a small town festival, and if you haven't guessed already, it's the Chicken Festival.
Yeah, who knew that we'd end up in London, Kentucky at a chicken fest?
So what brought us here was, of course, our friends. We all got together and created our own little rally or get together, whatever you want to call it. But we circled it around this annual event they have here in this small town. And what we like about it is everybody here selling stuff has to donate some of their earnings to a local charity, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's way cool. And on top of that, we got to see quite a few Colonel Sanders lookalikes. And that's pretty cool.
The one that actually was spot on.
Yeah, I mean, they did really good at picking these guys to represent Colonel Sanders.
So tonight we're hanging out. There's a few bands playing, so we're going to hang out and listen to the band. But don't be afraid to stop at, you know, the little festivals and state fairs or whatever, not just the big cities, but sometimes these are the most fun. We're getting ready to hit the road after, what, 4 days?
4 days.
4 days here in Kentucky, and we are doing a huge caravan. This is our longest caravan yet, so 4 rigs will all be traveling together to our next destination.
And we're all going to be using these little babies to communicate as we're going down the road. We're going to feel like bona fide truckers.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. We made it into the park. We're all set up and we've been here actually for a couple of days. And we are starting to get our training for
Work?
Our camp hosting.
Yeah, camp hosting. I was going to say work hosting. Camp hosting.
Yeah, so we're going to be here for the entire month of October, and we're going to be camp hosting like we just said. So we're going to figure out the ins and outs of it and try and give you some more details on the goods and the bads.
Yep. All I know is I get to drive a golf cart. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we are going to be hanging out for the month with our friends while they're here with us, or at least for a few weeks.
Yep, absolutely.
We did rope Al and Angie into the whole month, so they're actually camp hosting with us.
Misery loves company.
That's right, so we drug them along. So I thought you guys would like to see our commute to work today.
Yeah, it's all of 20 seconds. But hey, somebody's got to do it.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live.
We're halfway through our train ride, which is through the gorge. You want to say what the name of the gorge is?
Oh, it starts with an N. Nantahala?
Okay, that sounds good. We'll take that.
Nantahala? Is it? I don't know. We're at that outdoor center.
Yeah, so the train ride is about 45 miles. It's 4.5 hours. I think
Yeah.
it's 4.5 hours. And we get to stop halfway through for about an hour and walk around the outdoor center. And something to know, this is the site of the 2013 Freestyle Canoe World Championship.
I didn't know that.
I just read it on the sign right over there.
I didn't know that. I've been watching there's some teams here practicing,
Yeah,
which
so
is really cool.
it's been a really, really good time.
It has.
So you can decide if you want which train ride you want to take. There's several packages to choose from. I know this is going to totally shock you, but we chose the whiskey tasting for ours.
We had a barbecue dinner though.
Yeah.
Or like me, you can pick a vegetarian salad.
Yeah, and it was really a lot of fun. So the people working on the train are really cool. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So there are several to choose from. I'll put links for everything below.
The weather's awesome.
Oh yeah.
The leaves aren't changing yet, but it's still beautiful out.
A few weeks ago, we put out our first recipe and we got a great response. A lot of people were asking me questions about cooking in an RV. And while generally I say it's very similar to cooking in our old house, there are a few things that you do have to think about when you're cooking in an RV. So I figured tonight, while I'm starting dinner, I would give you some of my tips for cooking in an RV. So the first tip will be make sure you plan your meals based on what hookups you're going to have. If you're boondocking, then you're not going to want to cook any big elaborate meals because you're going to use so much of your resources cooking and washing dishes. So base your meals on your location. So if you're boondocking, think grill and one-pot meals. When you're hooked up to a full hookups, then blow out the bank, cook whatever you want to cook. My next tip for you is to plan leftovers. Planning leftovers will really make your travel days much better because you don't have to worry about what you're stopping and eating for lunch. Or after a long travel day when you're tired and you just get set up, you don't have to worry about cooking dinner. And if you're like me, sandwiches are not my favorite. So planning leftovers simply means you make plenty for several meals. So if Phil and I need, say, 3 servings, Phil has 2 servings, I have 1, then I will double it or even triple it. Storage is the biggest consideration with cooking. Of course, you cannot go out to the grocery store and just fill your cart and think everything's going to fit when you get home. So you definitely have to do some planning. Before I go to the grocery store, I always check my pantry to see what I have in stock. So all of these items you see here were either planned today or they were planned before and I never cooked whatever meal I was planning on cooking. So as you can see, this is pretty much it for my pantry space. I have this and one other cabinet behind you. So once this is full, that's it. So going through and seeing what I already have in stock before I plan my meals really makes a big difference for storage. One of the things I had to get used to when we moved into Ruby is the fact that I don't have an oven. So I went almost a year before I even attempted to use the convection oven. And we've made a few things in there. We tested it out with a frozen pizza because if we were going to screw it up, we wanted something cheap to toss out. So after that, we've done meatloaf and a couple other things, but honestly, I don't use it often. As you can see, I have very limited prep space here. And when this comes off, if I have something actually on the stove once I start cooking, I have almost no prep space at all. Today, I'm using the Instant Pot, so that does leave the whole stovetop for prep. But one of the tips I want to share with you is always prep your whole meal before you get started, so you can maximize your surfaces. So chop everything, get everything ready to go, and then start cooking your meal. It's a nice, cool, brisk day here in North Carolina, so it's time to pull out the crock pot and make some soup. Now, I did plan this. I made a menu, which is what I normally do whenever I'm deciding what to buy at the grocery store. I have a website that I've been using called Plan to Eat, and I've been using this website for about 8 years, long before we even thought about doing this full-time RV gig. But I wanted to tell you guys about it because it is so easy to use. So you can actually save recipes from places like Pinterest or other websites that you find them with just the click of a button. And that being said, you can also type in any of your favorite recipes like grandma's cookies or something. You can add that in. When you go to make your menu, you just drag and drop your recipe on your day and it makes your grocery list for you. My favorite part is I've installed the app on Phil's phone, so after I make the list, then all he has to do is pull it up and he can go to the grocery store for me and get everything we need. It is so easy to use. Dinner is finally ready. This soup calls for some pasta in it, and I don't like putting the pasta in the soup because it gets all mushy sitting in the fridge. But Phil loves his pasta, so we'll have it on the side and put the soup in. This is another problem with the RV. As you can see, I have trouble with space. If you're interested in the recipe, I will put it on the blog and I'll leave a link below. And if you want to check out Plan to Eat, that website / app, I'll put a link for that below as well. Until then, it's dinner time. Guess what? We escaped!
We get free food. So we didn't break the room time, but we did get out, so that's a W.
And we got out with good rookies.
Yeah,
That's right.
really
That's
hard.
right. We
It was
had,
a little
as you
stressful in there.
as you can see our time, we had a little bit of time to spare.
Yeah.
Not much.
And
but
you guys will all be happy to know Phil didn't yell at anyone in the room,
No.
nor did he throw anything in the room across the room, which may have happened in our past.
I would never do that. I would never
They
do
didn't
that.
tell us that.
Yeah.
We left that
Working with us today.
I am competitive, and I just found out that so are all these folks here.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed hanging out with our RV friends. We had a great time and shared many laughs.
Yes. Now we are interested in you. Let us know in the comments how you've done with making friends since you hit the road. We are very interested. What tips might you have for somebody just starting out? Because it's always a concern. And we really, really appreciate all the comments that you guys made on the last few videos. When you guys comment and share your personal experience, it really helps our community to learn and grow. So thanks
Absolutely.
for that.
Yeah, that is great stuff. And we learned some things reading
Yes.
the comments as well. So they are helpful. They are useful. Don't worry about being too wordy. People will
Yes.
read and they'll get the gist. So we absolutely love them.
And we so appreciate it because people need to see many viewpoints. Ours are not the only viewpoint. There are many ways to RV and many ways to contribute to this community. So thanks to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo that. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button.
Give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell.
Thanks for being a part of our community and wait for the bloopers from our... bleh. Okay. With cooking, that's definitely still dumb. Okay, ready? When you're done laughing.
And go.
Okay. Fit an 8x8 Pyrex Dixon.
Where are you going, lady? Oh.
Phew.
Yep, that was Stacy for you folks.
We are real.